So hi everyone, this is a channeled message reading something. I have no idea what it's for. But I know the energies feel a little bit on the weird side, so they're showing me the victory card from the energy oracle deck. So something big is going on, and just ignore the setup. I don't do a lot of readings lately, so I haven't been able to change what you're looking at. But the garden and the gate. So all I had was possibilities. And possibilities are endless, and we're getting new opportunities coming through because there's really no other choice, because we're reaching a higher timeline. We're reaching the highest timeline for this era, for this golden age of ascension, and that's why everything feels off. And that's why there's a lot of last minute negative being hurrah. They just wanna interfere with what's going on as much as possible, because if they can make it as difficult as they can for us, then they can still get something out of it. Oh, sorry, just wanna, that big thing is just a candle. It's a blue and white candle for like throat chakra and crown chakra, I think. So didn't intend that, but that's what it looks like anyway. But yeah, you've got possibilities coming through. A man is holding a coin, so this could be the twin flames. Like, there's an offer coming through from the masculines, from the divine masculines, and this is the healed divine masculine. Like, he's coming in fully erect is what I heard, and this is a joke, but the masculines are ready to come forward, which is surprising because they haven't been coming forward at all. Not in my experience anyway. So it's like, I always hear that, not now, not right now, but they're coming forward because the shift that is happening is so profound, and more profound than it's ever been before, because this is really where everything is going to start to come forward and come out. Let go of attachment. Whatever you are holding on to in 3D is not serving you. It could be your attitude, it could be your environment, it could be family and friends. Don't hold on so tightly to the things around you, because they're constantly changing, and so are you. And if you're holding on to it so tightly, it's gonna strangle you energetically. It's gonna be a lot harder for you to make the transition into the higher higher dimensions, because we won't just stop at 5D. We'll keep going higher and higher. So don't block what wants to come, the abundance that wants to come, just because you're fearful of letting go of the physical stuff around you, because it's not real. The physical reality we're experiencing right now is not real. It's not the one that is coming forward that will be our true reality, that will be what was always meant to be. And they're showing me like it's the Terratins or whatever. the civilization that we built on top, like on top of, like all of that stuff is coming to light now, upside down or right side up. But yeah, it's everything that's been covered by the reptilians and all of those people is going to be unearthed. And they're showing me pictures I saw recently, how it's all been, looks like it's been dug up, or that it's like the top layers, the layers we know are starting to fall apart to show the truth underneath. So it's being unearthed, and it's going to be unearthed in all aspects of our lives. So everything is going to come forward, and just the truth, everything that we've forgotten or had taken from us by the dark forces is going to come to light. And it's going to be very soon. By the end of the year, a lot more of it's going to come out, and there's going to be a lot more fear mongering by the other side as well, because they're still fighting to stay prominent. But most of them have already been executed, and all you're seeing now are actors, replacements, and then they will also be cleared away when the transition has been completed. So all the people you see in the spotlight, all your favorite actors and musicians that you see who are like a distraction for you, and I'm seeing Taylor Swift a lot in my head, they'll be cleared off. You won't ever see them again as they are. They won't exist in this reality anymore, because I don't know what they get up to behind closed doors, and all that secret keeping stuff. It'll all come to light. They can't hide anymore. That it's done. All corruption, no matter how small, in the whole, on all of Earth, in our civilizations, in our communities, governments, all of that stuff, in our workplaces, all corruption will be unearthed. So your employers, for example, they can try to hide their corruption. They can try to sweep it under the rug or get you on their side to convince you that it's not there. But the Creator sees that it's there, and the Creator will unearth it. The light forces will unearth the dark forces of any kind. It's a really, it's a huge time of bringing everything to light. Okay. So we got man holding the heart, so this could be another twin flame soulmate message. Like, there are high vibrational relationships that are going to come forward now, not soon, now. They're saying now because there has to be a massive shift. Like, there's light, there's solar waves that are going to come, that's going to create that shift. But the high vibrational soulmates and twin flames have to get together. And it's up to the masculine to make that move, because they're the action takers, and the feminine holds the spiritual stuff, so that they work in tandem together. And you can't for example, you can't put different twin flames together just because they're twin flames. You have to have the right set of codes in your soul for these, for what's going to take place. And it's something that you can't achieve by being separated or being long distance. You have to come into the physical. So that's happening, and that's happening really soon, because we're at a precipice where the old is completely falling away, and it's making room for the new. And it's just part of the journey now that we're all already ascended masters. If you weren't born on earth as an ascended master already and experienced this in another place, this is you now, all light workers, starseeds, twin flames, who are experiencing this, becoming the ascended masters on the earth now, and you'll become the teachers and the leaders and all of that stuff. The generals, if you worked with the galactic forces for other planets and led armies or whatever like that. So you'll become the leaders and you'll step into that sort of in the forefront, and that's happening really soon. So if you've made any kind of contracts or agreements, I might stay away from the word contracts because it's low vibey, but agreements with galactic forces who maybe you've had soul family with, or you've had lifetimes there, and you kind of like went before you were born here, you remember making these agreements with these galactic forces that you were going to go back with them and assist them in your human vessel to help the collective to ascend and to wake up and have that kind of easy transition. You'll probably be called to go with them soon. Yeah, so I had to double check because there's a part of my brain that still thinks that it's never going to happen, so I had to double check. But if you made an agreement with the galactic forces of light, the high vibrational ones who have the best and highest interest for the earth and humanity and for Gaia and for everyone to just live in their best lives and not have to struggle and be a slave to if you made those agreements with the galactic forces, you will be asked to go with them very soon. And there's not many of you who will do that because some of you agreed to stay behind to keep the light anchored into the earth, into Gaia, to help and to continue to assist her with her ascension as well. Because if the ground crew who agreed to stay behind at this time, in this present moment, particularly when you're watching this, instead of the other ones who agreed to go with the galactic forces to assist them to a higher degree, okay. I lost my train of thought for a second. Hold on a second. The ground crew that stays on the earth to help ground in the light is just as important as the ones that have agreed to go with the galactic forces to help in a higher degree. So both are needed at this time. So it's all part of the journey. You will know if you've been asked to go with the galactic forces. Door to personal healing and happiness. So this is just the next stage of your ascension, of your mission, is to not only remember who you are completely, but to do this work with the galactic forces in the physical realm, because we're shifting into the 5D, so you'll be able to interact with the galactic forces because you'll be on the same vibrational frequency. It may only be the Arcturians, Palladians for now because they're closer to us physically, as a lot of the other galactic beings are a little more corporeal and the higher dimensional, or the ones that I know in my experience are more corporeal. But yeah, okay. Then we have the sun. So if you've had and experienced any kind of misfortune for the last 3 years during the pandemic, a lot of judgments and whatnot, because of not taking the vaccination, not following what the government said, and you've been judged by family and friends for not doing that, the sun is showing that now's your time. And then the happy family house on the bottom is like your soul family, the family you'll create is going to come into fruition. It's all the things you've been trying to manifest but been struggling to manifest are going to come through, because the sun is just it's showing it's showing that all like the manifestation blocks you've probably experienced or had struggles or any kind of struggles in the last 3 years are dissipating. If your reality is falling apart around you, that just means that you're going to build something even greater than what you expect. But there are a lot of other things that you may have to do before you actually are able to anchor that in the earth. On the earth, or in the earth, depending where you want to live. I guess you'll get a choice if you want to live on the surface or underneath with the Lemurians, but you know, your choice. I mean, you'll be able to go between worlds very soon too. The very soon, so maybe a few years until that happens. Oops. Something dropped in the floor. Where'd it go? Okay, so the card that fell out first was all tied up. So you may be feeling like you've been shackled a lot lately, like energetically, like something's been keeping you from moving forward. Either it be your guides or something more sinister. I've had this kind of vision for the last few days when I was feeling a lot of the like feeling like something was zapping my energy. No matter how many clearings I did, all I felt was like this thing stuck in my spine, just under my solar plexus, like through the belly button area, maybe a little bit above, and it was just sucking my energy dry while I was sleeping. And then when I kind of asked where it was coming from, when I was calm enough to see it, because you have to be calm enough and not agitated to see what your guides want to show you, especially when something's going topsy-turvy. They showed me kind of covered and tied down with like these really thick ropes, but as someone who knows that as an ascended master you control your reality, and this is for anyone else, even if you're not an ascended master who was born whatever, you can control your reality, what keeps you down, what doesn't keep you down. And I just knew that I could just, because in your mind, when it's all in your mind kind of thing, you see these visions and stuff, if you know you can control what you're seeing and you can change it. It's probably for someone who's not sure what they're supposed to do, but it was like my higher self was showing me that I could, she started to move underneath the thick ropes, because there was like 10 of them strapping her down, and she was moving upward like it was stretching. You can do whatever you can with your imagination, and if you know that you are more powerful than what is keeping you down, it's very easy to use your imagination to manipulate what you're seeing. So she showed me that she could lift it up. She's lifting it up, and then she's lifting the ropes out of the earth. So it's like one by one they just snapped out of the earth, and they didn't hold her down any longer. And so she just kind of threw them off of her and transmuted them. So when I like did that same sort of action and like thinking it over and over again and imagine myself just kind of doing that for myself, I got rid of like this low burden that I can't really explain. It's just like, it's a feeling like you can't raise your vibration, like something is keeping you low and you just feel like you can't raise your vibration, and that was keeping me down so low, so I couldn't raise enough to kind of clear anything. So I did that, and the more you do it, like the first time it was really, really clear, and I really felt like it really shifted something, and it shifted something off of my physical vessel. And then the second time I did it, I felt it a little bit less, like it didn't have that much of a hold. And the third time I did it, it just felt like there was one or two stuck, because I still believed that there was something holding me back. But when you believe that nothing is and nothing is, and you throw it off, you like pick it up, imagine it, pick it up, throw it. You can do that a lot. But I think the first time I did that, it cleared a massive amount of what was keeping me in a low vibration, keeping me in my lower chakras, even lower still. Like if negative chakras were a thing, that's what it felt like. Then you've got the third chakra, for like your solar plexus. So that's like what I was feeling in that general area. It's like any lack of confidence, anything to do with the any burdens, weight gain, weight loss happening in your solar plexus is going to clear, because there's no one tapping into that that sun chakra, where all your energy, where like your divine energy source comes from. So yeah, you won't be left broken-hearted anymore. Literally, just at 2222, that card came out. You won't, and it's the number 9. So this cycle is ending. Whatever stuff you've been through, the cycle is ending. It's over. No more. So if you're wondering about being picked up by a galactic being to assist them, there's really nothing to be afraid of. The media is trying to scare people into thinking that whatever's going to show up in the sky is going to hurt us. But there is a certain thing you need to think about. Like, if they were going to hurt you, they would show you, like, they will come now. They wouldn't hide themselves to protect your mind from fracturing. If they came now and you weren't ready for them, everything inside you would split, and you would have a healing crisis. You would question your reality. Everything would a lot of people would probably end their lives because they can't take the fact that their reality doesn't match what they think is real. Like, reality doesn't match what they think is real. Only dark forces would do that to people because they want people to die. They don't want people here. They want to control the masses. So if they can cull the masses, they can control the masses. You know, there's like an agenda going on there. But light forces, they won't come unless most of humanity is ready to accept that they are real. And they are real, but the human being is still in a mindset that is like half they believe in the impossible and are open to negative forces being a thing on earth that's controlling the masses, and that there's actually positive, good galactic beings who are here to assist. And they kind of have that. Some of them are like, that is a thing that's happening right now and all that sort of stuff. And then there's still a few, like maybe a little under half of the population who believes in that the galactics are gonna attack us, blah blah blah. There's a lot of fear mongering still in that half of the population, but the more people awaken, they're starting to really, even some Christians are starting to really see that there are good galactic beings out there and there's really nothing to fear, and fear is what's going to get them into trouble. They want you to be in fear because if you're in fear, they can control you. So it's really up to you whether or not you allow them to do that. Where's my tea pony? Yeah. You'll kind of know if the light forces are going to come to retrieve you for a bit. There's a few humans on Earth who have another mission before they start their other mission, to ensure everyone's safety on the Earth, I think. That's a bit vague because they're not really sharing it unless, you know, people are afraid. But you have free will, and if you don't want to go, you can say you don't want to go, and they will just go back in their ships and go. They're not going to force anyone, and that's the difference. If you're too afraid, they won't come to you anyway. Yeah, there's like some kind of agreement, contract that you made before you were born to help the galactic forces of light, like the Palladians, the Arcturians, Twilight Galactics, Blue Avians, Andromedans, and all of that. The Syrians, Lyrians. Yeah. So, excuse me. They're not going to force anyone to do anything they don't want to do. They're not about fear-mongering. They're not about instilling fear. They're not going to say, like, you have to do this because you agreed to do this. They'll come get you when you're ready. If you're ready, you'll kind of visit you in dreams to prepare you. The less fear you have around them, the more you'll see in the dreams today what they want you to do, and you'll talk to them a bit more. But it just takes a lot more. It takes practice to get used to them because the Anunnaki really did a number on the humans to forget the light forces because their agenda, blah blah blah. Who cares? It's not in my reality anymore. I'm not aligning to that fear-mongering stuff. I know it's there. I'm not delusional. I know it's there, but I focus my energies on other things because I want better for, I want better for everybody. But yeah, it's happening really soon. They're not going to give me a date because dates aren't real. Time's not real. It happens in the present moment. In the present moment, they come to you. But it's a contract you agreed to before you were born. There is a reason why there's only a few of you who are going to be chosen to go with galactic forces. You'll probably find that out when they come for you, but if you're not ready and you tell them that you're not ready, they will come back, and they'll come back when you're ready, because they're not about taking people who are in fear still, who are worried about something. But you just have to trust that if you're worried about your family and their ascension and their souls and all that stuff, you just have to trust that everybody comes to their awakening at a different stage, and you just have to trust that they'll come to it on their own, because you had to go through that on your own as well. You had to awaken and do all of that stuff on your own and rediscover who you are. So you have to allow your family that time and that choice to do that. But even if they don't choose it this lifetime, you'll still see them again. Like when you reach the higher dimensions, you can see whoever you want, because you can vibrate the frequency that they're vibrating at. So there's really nothing to fear, which is easier said than done, but it takes practice and a mindset to just trust that the Creator has your back as much as possible. And if you feel like your life is in danger, call your guides, your angels, the Creator, Source. But if you ever meet like a true galactic being of light who has your highest and best interest in mind, you won't fear them. You won't feel intimidation or scared or anxiety or dread that they're in front of you. They will just have this unconditional love for you, and that's another level of scariness as well, because humans aren't used to unconditional love and receiving that from others, and it's why we're experiencing the reality we're experiencing right now. But we can, oh, it's my finger again, sorry. But we can change that. It's just trust your intuition, trust your gut that it's going to be all right. Like your intuition, practicing your intuition and kind of filling out what's real, what's not, what's positive, what's negative, what's right, what's wrong, just by asking yourselves questions and trusting the answer from your heart space, and that kind of feeling you get, trusting that instinct and not letting outside sources negate or diminish your own belief in your intuition, then you're on the right track that way. So it's like a test to trust yourself. Trust that you're protected, and trust that true galactic beings, they're not here to make you feel scared, okay? So there's nothing really to fear. Don't let the media make you fear them. Don't believe the propaganda. Use your own intuition, your own discernment, make up your own minds. That's the best advice I can give you for that. Make up your own minds. And galactic beings are a lot taller than the human beings, so prepare yourself for that. Palladians are quite tall. Arcturians are quite tall. Not giant tall, but they're tall. I think the tallest would probably be about 8-9 feet for some of them, but they're very gentle people, but they're also warriors, so you know there's a balance and stuff. So we've got financial constraints. So everybody is dealing with some form of financial constraints, and that is being released now as well. Alright, which card is first? Okay, so the financial constraints have somewhat to do with your second chakra. So your creativity is, there's some blockages in your creativity. You're not allowing, some of you aren't allowing the flow of source consciousness, Christ consciousness to come through to assist you to manifest whatever you want, to attract whatever you want, to build the finances that is going to support your mission, your life. And that's, and that's probably from a lack of trust as well. But everything now is being brought into balance. As the corruption goes, everything is being brought into balance. Keep doing what you're meant to be doing, what you feel intuitively that you should be doing. That'll help you kind of keep on the trajectory that you're meant to be on. And rest and rejuvenate as much as possible, because these energies are going to get crazy, much crazier than you're used to. They're going to get a lot more intense, way more intense, and you're going to have to take better care of yourself a lot more. Get as much rest as you can, drink a lot of water, watch what you're eating. Make sure at this time you're intuitively eating. Don't just eat what your family makes you. If you don't feel like eating at all, just drink, and you just feel really thirsty, then you need to rest and drink a lot of water and take it easy, because that's what you probably need right now. You need to give your body a break while it's receiving all that light and energy. But there's going to be a lot more of it, and you may feel more sensitive than you have been before. And as time goes on and we keep ascending into the 5D, we're like in the 4D right now, maybe in the higher 4D, and we're moving into 5D. We're going to cross that threshold really soon. The energies are going to get a lot more intense, and you just need to prepare for that. And you need to prepare that you're going to be a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more touchy, and that what people who aren't feeling what you're feeling are going to probably test you a little bit more karmically and energetically. You're just going to have to have some patience with yourself and them, because they don't understand what you're going through, what you're feeling. And maybe even if they're feeling the energy, because some of them probably are, and they just don't know what it is. But you just have to remember that they probably don't understand what's going on, and if you describe it to them, they're probably going to think you're a little bit nuts. So just have patience with yourself and with them, because you both need it. You need to have patience with yourself to really shift into the 5D, and that's where we're moving to. And no matter how horrible you feel, how much you really want to like gouge out someone's eye from the rage you're feeling, you're transmuting the old. When you're feeling that rage and that anger come out of nowhere, you're transmuting something from like a few lifetimes ago. So it's really important to stay as positive for yourself as you can, because you need to treat yourself a little bit with kid gloves, because you're going through a lot, and your physical vessel is going through a lot as it's changing more into the crystalline, because a lot of galactic beings, and this is going to become true for the galactic human as well, you'll be able to change matter at will, because you went through this whole ascension where you were able to change your whole physical makeup from a carbon to a crystalline being. So you'll be able to learn really easily on how to manipulate the energy around you, manipulate objects into different objects, Like you can make a steel ball into a square or a statue. It's just when you understand what drives a cell, what makes it move, what makes it grow at the minute, you can transcend, you know, a closed off 3D mind and become 5D and just manipulate things as you want them. It's like that lady who created a dress that just morphs, but it's a lot more intricate than that. You won't need buttons to push your stuff. It's just when you understand what and feel the connection to something like an inanimate object, and you know what their cell based is. I can't really explain this. Something's stopping me from explaining it. Should I probably stop explaining it? Yeah, you're probably not ready for that, but it's this whole thing. But yeah, what we're seeing now though in the media, where people are like saying, oh, you only need one outfit, one pair of shoes, you can change these shoes, these heels, and attach them to different things. They're getting the concept of what it is to understand something at a cell level, but they're not there yet because they're still hindered by their 3D brain, thinking that they need an object to recreate another object, when all you need is like a cellular understanding of what you're working with. And it's not about ignoring nature. Galactic beings don't ignore nature, they work with it. So that's also something to keep in mind. Natural objects are easier to manipulate because you can work with the cells of the natural object. Things that aren't made from something natural is a little bit harder. You have to be really careful with stuff that is unnatural when you're trying to control it, because it's more difficult to control as well. So like stuff like metal, they're just showing me like a car. If you want to reshape your car in the future from the cell level, the minute level, doing a car is a bit different. There's a sort of material you have to use that you kind of have like a telepathic connection to on a cell level, to be able to change what the machine that you're working with is going to look like. If you want to change the aerodynamics, what it looks like, color, whatever. Certain 3D metals that we've discovered in 3D. I feel so disconnected from 3D. I don't even feel like I'm there anymore. Thank you. But it's a lot different because 3D matter was so heavy, and we didn't have that understanding at a cell level that we could do it. We didn't have that consciousness yet that we could do that. The concept of changing something at the cell level would have been hearsay, far cry, someone's like needs to go into a mental hospital, that sort of stuff. So I even forgot the point that I was making. But there's the ability of the galactic humans is a lot more different than 3D, I guess. And I think that's what I was trying to say. But yeah, that's where we're headed. And that's not something that's going to happen so instantaneous. It's something that a lot of people, scientists, people who are just interested in phenomenon, in understanding stuff, will probably be the ones that'll perfect working at a cell level, because they do it with medbeds already on galactic ships. They work at the cell level. They get to the root cause. There's no bypassing the root cause. Galactic beings in the ships above us think that it's negligent to not find the root cause of a health problem. It's negligent not to find it. And if someone I don't know what's going on. Okay, if someone in a galactic ship ignores their illness or ignores a wound that's like open from a fight or something like that, because they're just like, I don't know why they would. They have the technology to fix it. Why would? But it's an example they're giving me. A lot of other galactic beings will kind of like scoop them up and take them to a med bed, because it is negligent to have somebody that you know you can help in pain and to have them sick in front of you. They don't stand that. Like, there are galactic beings who would order the person to go into a med bed to heal, because at a soul level they know that cancer, illness, physical disabilities that you've had, like from accidents and stuff, it is negligent to allow your friends and family on these ships who are with you to be ill, to be injured, to be hurt when they can fix it. It's a little different with trying to heal the mind. The mind's a more intricate thing, but the physical vessel, they can heal quite easily. But the mind takes a lot more work. The mind is more intricate and delicate, and it takes finesse, and you really don't want to mess with someone's memories either, because it kind of it imbalances them if you mess with their mind too much. So there are other ways that galactic beings help others who have had trauma in their mind. There's a lot more healing stuff that they do to help with that, like sound healing and meditation, crystal healing. I guess there's also talking about it as well. They probably have like some kind of therapist sort of thing, but someone who understands more of their experiences. And each galactic community really processes trauma differently and heal their minds at a quicker pace or a slower pace. You're not forced into healing in a galactic environment, in a galactic society, because it is just innate for them to do it. And the more you practice it, the easier it gets, and you kind of understand. You kind of understand what you need to do to get to the place you need to be at. And they just support each other unconditionally. Like, you're not a far cry away from assistance with the galactic communities. Yeah. That's all I think they want to say on that. Because I don't know why, but I think there's a lot of interference as well. But there's some twin flame karmic stuff as well. In the back of my tooth, bottom of my jaw, my back molar on my bottom jaw has just started hurting for some reason. I don't know why, but I keep hearing clearing. Yeah, and storm warning. Jeez. I say clearing, they say storm warning. So this could be a physical storm or an energetic storm which is coming. I heard rain. Did I hear rain, or did someone just... Yeah, I heard rain. Yeah. Rain's coming, storm's coming. 5th chakra, speak your truth. No matter what it is, speak your truth. Even if you're frightened, even if you're shaking. I know it's hard. I've done it recently. But you really need to, like, a lot of human beings need to stand up for themselves, even in hard situations, and practice that, because you're sovereign. No one has control over you unless you let them, unless you give that permission. But no, you can always take it back. You can always revoke your permission to have them control you. It's being sovereign. Oop. Keep dropping cards, guys. Come on. Envy. Oh, I saw that one already. These are for the twin flames, okay? If you're a twin flame and you're still listening. There are karmic energies around you who are envious, and that's pretty normal because they're just annoying. They will try to assist you out of alignment, which is what I heard in my head, away from your twin flame. They want to interrupt the unions that are happening really, really soon. And I heard now, like, it doesn't, I think the galactic beings, creator wants it to be now, but the human beings are stubborn. But that's what they're working towards, that's what they're pushing towards. But the karmic energies want the, oh, excuse me. They want the, I've got like this throat thing happening, this weird taste in my mouth. It's kind of venomy. Really bad taste in my mouth. But they want the divine feminine. The karmics want the divine feminine out of the way. But creator is like, nope. If you interfere with a true twin flame relationship in their union, you will have the worst karma imaginable. And I've been saying that since I started doing channeled messages on YouTube. And the karmics don't understand that. Because the plans given to twin flames at this time is more important than a karmic. So, and that's not to say that your human life isn't important if you're a karmic, but the twin flames get priority over you, and you need to just step back. Because the twin flames have a more important mission than you do, so back off. Oh, my galactic guides want me to say it like that. Yeah. Cornucopia. The twin flames are going to get past this. The karmics are going to step back because there's no other choice. There's gonna be some interference in their life where they're going to be kind of forced to make a choice. I don't know what it is. I don't know your circumstances. Don't ask me. But the karmics are going to come up. They're going to be faced with a choice. Either you leave the twin flames alone, and that includes the masculine, the divine masculine you had a relationship with, or the feminine if you're gay, who cares. But the karmics have to leave one, like, I think it's really just a feminine karmic who wants to interfere with a union that is coming through, and it's just not mine. It's like a fair few other people's as well. But know that the karmics have a choice. God's giving them a choice. It's not going to be something that they are going to see spiritually, but they're going to see it in the physical reality that they're in. Someone is going to come up to them and be like, you either step back and leave these people alone, or you kind of like, this really bad thing is going to happen to you. So it's really up to them, and it comes back to like freedom, free will, and all that sort of stuff, and being sovereign. They're also sovereign, they're just making bad decisions. But yeah, it's a weird energy. I feel this is a weird energy because the karmics are still fighting to stay prominent in the divine masculine's lives, even though the divine masculines have probably broken up with them, have taken steps back, has kind of realigned with their higher timeline, and I feel something spiky in my mouth. Someone's attacking me still. Anyway, but the divine masculines have taken a step back. They've set boundaries, and the divine feminine doesn't really know what's going on in her counterpart's reality because they're not really talking about that. The divine masculine in some cases still feels a little bit protective over the karmic because they believe the good in them, and the divine feminine is just like, what are you doing that for? They just want to interfere, and the divine masculine has to like come back and kind of accept that the karmic is going to always be a karmic and not the one that they want, and it's going to shift them into like realigning with who they truly want in their life, which is the divine feminine, and it's going to leave the karmic with a choice. The karmic is going to realize that no matter what they do, the divine masculine is going to always choose their counterpart, their divine match, because there is something about the divine feminine for them that is just healing and comfortable and easy, and they know that this person that they're going to end up with eventually, the divine feminine, is exactly what they want. Because when they were with the karmic, they weren't really comfortable being shown these are divine masculines. And if you're a divine feminine who was in another like karmic or like a soulmate that you weren't really connecting with, you'd also feel like you weren't comfortable being shown in that relationship because it wasn't the right one. It wasn't right for you because even though they were probably nice people, you just knew deep down that there was somebody else that you want to be seen with. And you don't need to tell your secrets to people. You don't need to share anything you guys don't want to do as twin flames. But yeah, you feel like the twin flame is just the only one that you can be with. But while the karmic is like, the twin flame divine masculine is the only one I want to be with because they've had probably past lives, and they've had a connection, a long kind of standing connection with this divine masculine. But now this is a different lifetime, okay, for the karmics, if there are any karmics watching this is a different lifetime, and you need to stop interfering, because you'll be probably, it's your choice, but if you choose to interfere with a divine union of any kind, especially twin flames, the creator is going to like pick up your soul, put you on another planet that is similar to Earth, in another place, in another sort of galaxy like this one, so that you can learn what you need to learn again. And I know that's kind of like probably an older 3D concept as well, but it's kind of like the split in the timelines. You're not supporting the divine timeline, so you need to be taken out of the divine timeline to kind of reassess where you are and to relearn what you need to really relearn. So I don't know how that's going to happen for you, but you'll probably just be removed from the earth in some shape or form and put on another planet to experience 3D all over again, because you're not letting go of what you need to let go of. The divine masculine has never been meant for a karmic. Then in this lifetime, all divine masculines who are twin flames, starseeds, galactic beings, light workers, who fit that kind of all those words and who resonate with that, they're not meant to be with karmics, not this lifetime. The karmics in past lifetimes were probably around to assist with the divine masculine to kind of understand their lessons of what they had created with their divine counterparts, with their divine feminines. And now in this lifetime, they've healed all of their past life trauma in all of this lifetime's trauma, so that it is time for them to come into union with the divine feminine. And the divine feminine has probably also learnt the things that they need to learn, so when they come to union with their divine masculine, it's not so corrupt. Like, it's not corrupted, it's healing for both parties. But for that to be, what's the word I'm looking for, harmonious, the divine masculine really needs to set boundaries with this karmic energy that they keep letting them in. It's like a temptation. They keep letting them in because they feel sorry, or they feel bad, or they don't want to hurt this person because they care about them, blah blah blah. You're not doing yourselves any favor by doing that. You're not supposed to. You're meant to just learn the lessons, let them go, let them find a soulmate that they're meant to look for while they're on earth here. Because they're not twin flames, unless they are twin flames and they're just a karmic for a twin flame to help with the lessons and stuff. But for right now, the karmics need to back off. I keep hearing that. They need to back off, and they need to kind of heal themselves, align with the soulmate, because they have a soulmate here. All karmics who are interfering with twin flames have a karmic that is going to make them happy, but they're not seeing that because they're so focused on something that's not theirs, and they need to let that go. So if you're a twin flame and feel weird, that's what's happening there. It's like black magic rituals from past lives, and they're all accumulating. The karmic is remembering how to do black magic and sending it to the feminine, the divine feminine, and the feminine's like trapped in her own energies, doesn't know what's going on because the attacks are subtle and they keep building and building and building until, you know, she's stuck in this haze of black ick. But just so you know, like, whatever the divine feminine realizes is happening to her, and she says, like, return to sender, everything the karmic sends her way is gonna, like, times 10 back at the karmic. So the karmic will experience a lot of bad karma. Because, like I said at the start, corruption of any kind is being cleared. And that is sort of like a corruption. It doesn't have to be financial corruption or corporate corruption. There's like corruption of the soul, corruption of the heart, that sort of stuff. Like, it's not, when there's corruption in the being, there is no connection to source. There's just selfishness and all this icky stuff. So you've got twin flames, you've got value, you've got something to offer. And it's going to bring you a lot of finances and abundance, and other kind of abundance, not just money. Prestige. If you haven't had any spiritual prestige, people don't know who you are, your name, all that sort of stuff, and you have something to say that has value, that's coming to the forefront now. Okay. And then you've got the thinking woman. So someone is writing a book or a blog or something that's going to help a lot of people. So keep doing that, because whatever you're creating is going to help a lot of people, and may even help the karmics like get their heads on straight. I don't know, free will, guys, but you know, you can protect yourselves. This reading is very erratic. Okay, I think we're done with this energy. I heard war is over in my head, but okay, so war is over. What does that mean? Twin flames, having to battle every day is over. There is your masculine your divine masculine for feminines, or the opposite is true. If the feminine is more in their masculine and their masculine is more in their feminine, because it's just energy. But the masculine, divine masculine is coming through. They want to, with the 2911, they want to bring their feminines the world. They've opened the door to romance in their heart. With 33, master number, ascended masters, they want to bring romance to the divine feminine, no matter where they are in the world. It doesn't really matter distance. Resources will be given for like whatever you need. If you need money to travel to them, you'll get the money to travel to them. If you're going to make an offer, divine masculines, in the physical reality, then you'll be supported in that to get into union. Another storm warning. There will be roadblocks, but they will clear pretty easily. Because it's supported by the Creator, by Source, by high vibrational beings. There is a lot of good that wants these unions to come through. And with the Twister, all I'm seeing is the Twister moving things out of the way. Like sucking them up and moving them away, making the way clear. So this storm is pretty good. It's like the Noah's Ark, clear all the filth and start again. I keep hearing the masculine will have money to travel to their divine feminine. Yes. Okay, I think we're nearly done. Sorry the reading was so erratic, but yeah. What can you do about that when it happens? Excuse me. It is late here and I'm tired. The sun. The last message. Everything is going to work out perfectly for everybody. Just stay in faith and believe it's going to happen. Okay. Yeah. All possibilities are endless as well. What you can do to support yourself until you get into union, until you get on your mission. You can do whatever your soul is like inspiring you to do. It's just really an abundant sort of time right now for light workers, starseeds, twin flames. Karmic energies are going to clear themselves away, I heard. They're going to realize that something's going to make them have a switch and they're just going to clear themselves away. I don't know, maybe an altercation with the divine masculine. If the divine masculine realizes that the karmic is interfering with the divine feminine, they're going to have that an altercation. It's going to be a her or me sort of thing. Like the karmic will be like all dramatic, like, do you choose her or me? And then the divine masculine is just going to go her. The divine masculine will always choose the divine feminine, always, no matter what. No matter the ultimatums karmics give them, the divine masculines just know who's for them. And they know deep down the karmic is temporary. No one likes to be temporary, I know, but you're teaching the masculine what he doesn't want. It's probably why the karmics hate the divine feminines, but you know. 5th chakra, speak your truth. Divine feminines, divine masculines, speak your truth no matter how hard it is. And I think we'll leave it there. Yeah. My guides want to relay, speak your truth even if it's hard, divine masculines, divine feminines, no matter what. Because if you truly want union, this is the moments that are leading up to union, okay, in the physical. Whatever's happening in your reality right now is leading up to an actual union. And if you don't stand your ground, if you're easily swayed, you're going to lose your counterpart for a time until you get a backbone, and then you can get into union again. But it's really imperative that as many unions start happening over the Christmas period, over the holiday period. Even if it's just you getting into contact, that is the first step to union, and that's what should be happening right now. So I think that's it. I may do readings for people if they find me on Etsy and want one and feel called to do, but if not, just let me know if you want me to do more readings. I probably will. Alright, see you later, bye.